What's going on, man? What's going on, man? How's everybody doing? How y'all doing? What's going on? John Cena with the greatest line ever, right? John Cena with the greatest line ever. How y'all doing, man? That seems like a clickbait question. Do better. Do better. Was John Cena's take. Do better. Rank Solo. Oh wow, they added a different way to build. Nice. I didn't even know they added a different way to build now. That's pretty cool. Playing college football? Nice. What's going on, guys? Cody Rhodes should have won. I mean, it depends who you ask and the fandom and how you feel about the whole outcome and what they did and you know, no real right or wrong at the end of the day. It's all on who you like the most, I guess. I'm surprised they gave Cody Rhodes his sword. See if we get some kills. Let's see if we get some kills. Let me move my cam up here, actually. Or, actually, hold on. Let me put it on this side. Here we go. That's pretty alright. Lazy reporting. Yeah, I did enjoy that. That was probably like the best thing. That was even better than the match itself, honestly. Yeah, I'm excited about Paul Heyman being with Seth Rollins as well. Alright, let's see what we run into here. No! He shredded me! I was not ready! I enjoyed seeing Joe Hendry. I really like seeing Joe Hendry. I thought Joe Hendry being there was cool as hell. That was so quick. I got popped so quick. I don't like this Battle Royale stuff. Is there any Team Deathmatch stuff on here now? Let me see. There's Game Collection by Epic. What's Reload? Discover. Da 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 da. Team Rumble, is that what this is? Action-packed mode where the first team to get the target number of eliminations wins. Respawn on a... Oh, okay, so this is like Team Deathmatch. I'll try that, just to see how it was. WrestleMania wasn't the conclusion, but the start of a run to SummerSlam. Yeah, you know, one thing that I did see a piece of what Ariel Helwani said. He covers a lot of MMA. And I saw a piece of what Busted Open Radio said too. Those are the only like two commentary people I saw. Besides, you know, the Discord conversations that we had and a few comments on Twitter and YouTube yesterday on the live stream. I agree with Ariel Helwani saying that WrestleMania doesn't necessarily need to be the reason why you tune into the next show in terms of like building something at Mania for people to get engaged. That's never really been a thing. Vince McMahon never did that. So I agree that just isn't the typical way to go about it. He was talking about how disappointed he was in the fact that they used that as like a storyline moment to get you to watch Raw and get you to see the next part. And then I also saw, you know, this dude from Busted Open Radio saying that Cody Rhodes looked weak. I didn't think Cody Rhodes looked weak at all. Dave was pissed and he was talking about Cody Rhodes looking super weak and that they did Cody Rhodes dirty and, you know, mentioned all this extra stuff, which was all from the heart because he is a fan and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But Cody didn't look weak. Cody kicked out of so many, you know, big blows that John Cena delivered. Cody Rhodes was in the match till the very end, but it made you feel cheap and like it wasn't good enough because John Cena was fighting like almost like heartless. If you look at the way John Cena was fighting, you know, he was emotionless. He looked like he didn't care. He was brushing off the fans. Like, it looked forced, and that's the whole shtick right now. Do I agree with it? Do I care for it? I wouldn't have booked it the way it was booked. Personally, I wouldn't have booked it the way that it was booked. I don't know what would have been a great way for Cody to have dropped the belt realistically. I mean, obviously The Rock screwing him over was in everybody's mind, including myself. I think that's pretty obvious that we all expected The Rock to show up, and that's part of the disappointment as well, that Travis Scott was heavily involved and no one wanted him there. I am gonna say this. I forgot who mentioned it that we talked about it, but I have to agree. Oh shit, what the hell? I didn't even realize I was in the storm. The two championship matches felt weird. What up, Steven? What up, Jason? The two championship matches felt really weird. because I thought that the champion in both matches, Cody, Gunther, all that, I thought they were gonna do something more, something else, kick out, all that extra stuff. I don't know. I know I like the Cody skin a lot. I was dying to check it out, and I didn't have a chance over the weekend, so I said, you know what, we're gonna sit here, discuss WrestleMania, and try this new skin out. Rocket drill. Oh my god, this shit is closing on me again. Bro. Playing on Xbox right now. You quit Fortnite? What up, Taco? I thought both matches should have been more violent. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Taco. I thought both matches should have been more violent. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is this a bad guy? I don't know if this is a bad guy. Oh. He's not a bad guy. Oh, nice. We didn't see any blood. Yeah, that was really surprising considering Cody got hit with the turnbuckle, got hit with the belt. Not that I want to see blood. I don't care about seeing blood. I don't want to be a hypocrite because I've called out AEW for doing that too much and WWE for sometimes, well, not sometimes, but in recent memory, trying to do that as well. And I said, you know, keep it with meaningful stories for big moments, and I'm okay with that, but no need to overdo it. And like last night, I thought was justified. And I thought the story would have been better for it. Now, I said this last night during the watch party. I don't necessarily feel mad that the match wasn't a 5-star bell-to-bell banger. I'm not mad about that. I'm not really mad at all, if I'm honest. But I was annoyed that Travis Scott was involved the way he was. The Rock wasn't there. That to me sucked really bad. Thought that was like a key element that needed to have been featured and it didn't happen. I don't understand Travis and John Cena being together other than trying to do it for hip hop and the culture and the viral bullshit. It does, you know, John Cena came out at the press conference talking about clickbait bullshit, and I feel like that is the epitome of clickbait bullshit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Dude, where am I getting shot from? From up there, I see. Seems like I'm gonna run away this way. You know, John Cena was talking about clickbait bullshit. Oh, this guy is building? I didn't know that you could build in... Ah, no. I'm gonna go play the no-build stuff. I don't care about doing this. Yeah, I don't care about him being involved as the Cena tour continues. He didn't come out at WrestleMania. Now, he could come out whenever he wants now. I don't need him to come out tomorrow, today. Like, I wanted him personally to come out at WrestleMania. I don't care for the justification behind it at this point. The match itself didn't need to be the best ever. Travis Scott just shouldn't have been there. I know Cody Rhodes was, you know, bound to get his payback. So that was cool that Cody Rhodes hit him with the crossroads. You know, even if The Rock comes out tonight, I still feel that he should have been there yesterday. There's really no way around it for me. Because the match, it's okay that the match was a storyline match. It's funny, I'm not gonna play this actually. I'm gonna go back to just shooting in because I hate building. I actually didn't want to build at all. Travis did low-key sell the Crossroads. He sure did. He went out there and did what he had to do. Let me try out Undertaker. I wish they had a 0 build team deathmatch. That's what I was trying to look for. I'm not a Cody crybaby. I actually don't care that Cody lost. I was wearing my John Cena hat. I wanted John Cena to win. This isn't about whether John Cena won or lost. This was more about having Travis Scott there for the viral stuff, not having The Rock there for the actual story tie-in with Cody from the beginning. John Cena didn't even really mention The Rock throughout his whole promo build, and I thought, okay, The Rock wasn't going to be there overseas. The Rock wasn't going to be there the week prior because they're trying to keep the suspense for WrestleMania. So I really don't care that Cody lost. You know, and I feel like the entire night was built perfectly for this kind of situation. The entire night was filled with fan service, filled with epic moments, filled with great matches. That I was fine for the main event to be just a storyline. I was like, I mean, dude, right time for Cody to drop the belt. I think Cody could have... I honestly thought Cody could have dropped the belt. He could have dropped the belt at Royal Rumble. He could have dropped the belt at the Chamber if he wrestled. Like, Cody Rhodes could have dropped the belt a while ago, and I wouldn't have been upset about it. I enjoyed Cody Rhodes' matches, his title defenses, and his wins, and his ups and downs with the promos and the feuds. I wasn't, like, hung up on that idea that Cody needed to lose the belt at WrestleMania or that he needed to lose the belt to John Cena. The night before, I talked about it on Discord with somebody, and I was telling him, dude, like, if John Cena winning serves the story and it's good because they have a plan for it, I'm down. I'm down with John Cena taking the belt from Cody. I didn't even want John Cena to win the 17th belt till he became a bad guy. I didn't want John Cena to capture 17 because I didn't care for John Cena to capture 17. That's like how I felt about it the whole way. Like when I found out John Cena was retiring and people were like, "Oh, you know, he should be Ric Flair's record and all this." I'm like, you know, where's this coming from? And one thing that I did like about Busted Open Radio, Dave mentioned about how people back then bashed John Cena for bearing talent, and now people wanted him to win at WrestleMania instead of putting Cody over, which I think is bullshit, because he's... Wait, what the fuck? I didn't think that was gonna kill me. I think he's gonna put Cody over, or whoever beats him over at some point. Like, he's gonna put somebody over, like, and then some. Like, John Cena is 100% gonna repay this moment that they did for shock value. But, you know, according to Ric Flair, his record is like in the 20s. WWE has always counted 17 for whatever reason, he says. Yeah, that did feel like a clickbait death. You're not lying. This gameplay has been clickbait so far. I've been doing so horrible. WWE hasn't fired Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross came out. There was a video that came out this morning about Karrion Kross going off on a rant about not being at WrestleMania and not getting an opportunity. And I don't know what else. Well, no, I do know what else. Pat McAfee talked about it with Michael Cole and Paul Heyman. So I think it's a storyline for Raw. Started thinking Cody would lose the belt to Orton. Yeah, I'm not always about the whole feeling right situation. And for me, here's my takeaway overall. I like being caught off guard. I like the like genuinely. I'm not talking about the reaction for YouTube or for anybody. I'm talking about for me, for myself, watching as a fan. Like if I was at the stadium by myself, watching it on my own without, thinking about talking about it with you guys or recording a video for social media. Like, I'm talking just watching the product and being entertained. I like watching the show and being caught off guard. I like seeing shit that hasn't been done before, even if it doesn't sit right by me. So this whole dynamic that's going on right now with John Cena and Cody Rhodes and the animosity with the community, like, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I get you. The shock moments like Mankind beating Rock or Eddie exactly. They come out of nowhere. So like John Cena cutting promos leading up to WrestleMania saying this doesn't have to be a wrestling match. I don't have to wrestle you to beat you. All the fans are trash. This is all trash. I'm taking the belt. I'm going to be the last real champion. Like him saying all of that and actually doing it when we thought he wouldn't really do that. The whole match was a slap in the face to what wrestling has been. It's a huge risk. And when I sit here and think about how bad that was, how bad it really, really was, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't care for it. I didn't want that. But the emotion that it drew out of me is exactly what I look for in some capacity. For better or worse, I got what I wanted, which was to get caught off guard. The Rock didn't come out, and it was just, filled with shocking shit. Like, when the match ended, I stayed in silence. You could go back and watch the stream. Like, the only reason I didn't clip and post up the reaction to John Cena winning is because my reaction was just like this. Like, I didn't have that reaction of like what you've seen online for other stuff that people like, oh my god, oh my god, this is amazing, or oh, this is crazy, or FWWE, or like, I didn't do that. What up, Jace? Had to change my storylines, as someone said. Drop the storylines I have done and found it hard to manage it to work. Wait, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Are you talking about universe mode or something? So what I did say on stream, though, shortly after the situation that we saw, was how do you make a heel in 2025 a heel? And I know that people started cheering or people did celebrate at the end of the day, so they kind of achieved what they wanted, but not really, because people still celebrated John Cena's 17th victory like it was a huge milestone, versus people like being pissed off that Cody won and rioting for like, we want Cody chants. Dude, I'm messing up. I feel stiff. Damn, I got no weapon. I gotta change controllers. Hold on. This controller that I'm using is kind of busted because I'm authentic. Thank you for the 5, Jace. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate the 5. Thank you so much, Jace. Yeah, bro, like, I'm gonna clip and post my reaction of shock and talk about it in a video and stuff. Like, I just haven't done it yet because I'm still kind of navigating through the feelings overall. like, I can't sit here and say that was the worst match ever, or I can't say that that match didn't get me hyped up, or any of those things, because the match, I was engaged. I was engaged from the beginning to the very end. It just didn't. It didn't hit the mark for me for like the match that closes out WrestleMania, that gives you the WrestleMania vibe. But I will say this. Yeah, the Vegas crowd was a little weird about it. I will say this, though. I will say this. That triple threat with Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk was the best storyline going into WrestleMania, was the best character build going into WrestleMania, and it ended up being the best match at WrestleMania. And this is all for me before and after. Going into WrestleMania, I said I want that. I would have wanted that triple threat to close out the weekend. I would have wanted that triple threat to be the main event of the weekend, because it was the best for me and what I wanted out of WrestleMania. And it ended up being Saturday. It ended up being amazing. And that emotion still carried over for me. So night 2 picked up right where night 1 left off. The triple threat for those guys were amazing. And then the women's triple threat was even better than I ever thought. Like, I didn't anticipate Rhea, Bianca, and Io Sky to have that great of a match. Like, that match was booked damn near to perfection. And I was okay with the finale being a piece of shit at that point, because I got what I wanted out of the WrestleMania stuff. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't have liked to have gotten the WrestleMania feel. Because the shock factor that I got was like a Monday Night Raw or pay-per-view shock factor for the main event. Because I already had a huge, I got the shock factor that I wanted. Honestly, Paul Heyman teaming up with Seth Rollins, I called that a week before. And it's not that I'm a guru or that I predict everything or know everything. I just said if this happens, I'd be shocked. But I'm putting it out there into the universe. If this happens, if they put Paul Heyman with Seth Rollins, that would be amazing. Because Seth Rollins is the one that's there every week. And this would make for a good evolution in his character. That's the way I felt about it. And they did it. They did it. So I wish things were a little different. But see, what I kind of wanted to see was Stone Cold, The Rock, and all them get involved in the story. And that would have made it like the Bloodline storyline. The finale for Cody Rhodes. Like, how many times are you going to have an army of people come out to help one person and then save the other? If you do that, then you're going to get grilled for trying to replicate the same shit that happened last year. Damn, I had no armor and I paid it. I paid the price. The women's tag match, I didn't have a problem with that because it was Becky's return. I didn't have a problem with the women's tag match because it was Becky's return. I was a 2-man married, so had to rework it, and now told user creation version. I lost it. Vent that he'll commentate against brother Ricardo, the Marky, and Ricky. Wait, what? Jay, so you had issues with your universe. That's what I think you're saying, right? So you had to restart your universe mode? What up, Marco? Yeah, that's crazy that it took that long for a Japanese superstar to win, considering that they've had a bunch. No, a friend told me to drop the storyline. Oh, gotcha. Loving the takes, Lex, makes total sense. I mean, look, dude, I'm just not as enraged or filled with anger or hate because I know that this is going to mean something. This is going to build. At the end of the day, this is leading to something, right? Like, this is not the end of it. We still have Monday Night Raw. We still have SmackDown. We still have Backlash coming. Like, the biggest problem that WWE has struggled with in terms of booking and setting up and storylines and interconnecting stuff is that WrestleMania would end and then the feeling would kind of wash away for a little bit. Then we get SummerSlam and it's like a little boost, but then the end of the year comes and it becomes kind of whatever. Then SummerSlam happens. So it's not that I want WrestleMania to change its grandness and accept garbage matches like what John Cena did, but it was all in character, all in line with what they're going for, and it's like, whatever, dude. I'll accept it because it is what it is. I can't change that. So writing a paragraph online and trying to act like I know how to book better is just something I will not do. You won't see me do that. I'll tell you what I would book and what I would want to see and how I would want to see it, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh yeah, it's my way or the highway. Since they didn't do this, they are, they're out of it or whatever. They're just taking major risks. This was a major risk. That's all. I love your community. It's our community, God, so we're part of it. Yeah, Dom winning was amazing. This was no different than when The Rock came out face-to-face with Roman. Or you got mad about it? Exactly. Same shit. It's got to lead somewhere for both men going forward. I highly doubt they fed their face. Exactly. And that's really what I told my boy. Like, I was like, yo, like, Cody Rhodes agreed to, like, guys, remember, like, for everyone that's hyper aware of, like, what wrestling is, Cody Rhodes accepted this, John Cena accepted this, John Cena, who's, like, the knight in shining armor, that's the savior, and is, like, he's so, like, this guy likes Cody Rhodes, and you think that all of these guys, The Rock, like, he's not there, like, everything here is done with a purpose. And whether you agree with their reason of being or not, that's up to you, and totally your opinion, but it doesn't mean that their version of what they wanted is wrong either. Now, I will say that for the people that paid all the money to go see John Cena have a 5-star bell-to-bell match, I mean, they got ripped off. If you paid to go see John Cena have an amazing encounter, it was a good story and a shocking ending, but it wasn't an amazing showdown between the two. We saw better. I mean, the women's match was way better. The triple threat that happened to start off the night. I feel like the championship match was way better. I mean, even the Charlotte Flair, for better or worse, the Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton match was probably better bell to bell. Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton started off really hot, kind of cooled down midway, and then picked it back up towards the end, but if you look at it bell to bell from beginning to end, I mean, let's give credit where credit is due if we're going to be honest here. If we're going to be honest with ourselves, the Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte match was better than the John Cena and Cody Rhodes match. It was better on both ends. The next generation of superstar, which is Tiffany Stratton, in comparison to Cody Rhodes, she did way better defending her belt, right? She looked way better defending her belt, obviously, not only because she won, but overall. And then Charlotte Flair, the veteran, she didn't win, and I get that much, but oh shit, I keep getting caught off guard for talking all this crap. But that match had just about everything. It had a cool down moment, it had the upbeat, overhyped moment. That match was just it was better. It was better. In terms of let me add this. I'm glad that Jey Uso won the belt. I enjoy Jey Uso's work, right? But Gunther's performance in that match, he didn't do a bad job. It's not Gunther's fault. It's the way they assembled that. I thought Gunther should have fought a little harder and should have done a little more, me personally, considering all that he had done before. But they wanted to show that Gunther was rattled, that he was caught off guard. He didn't anticipate Jey Uso, even though Jey Uso said he wasn't scared anymore and he was going to whoop his ass. They made it seem like Gunther was caught off guard and Jey Uso like used his own, taste of his own medicine. But Gunther should have done a little more. I think both women, Io Sky and Tiffany Stratton, defending their belts and having their matches, I feel the women's matches for the main title was way better than the men's championship matches. And I'm talking about Jey Uso versus Gunther strictly. And I'm talking about the John Cena Cody Rhodes match strictly. Like, I'm not talking about the IC belt, the US belt. I'm literally talking about the world titles being defended by their respective champion and how they were booked. So, one thing that I've noticed with the way that Triple H books his show, obviously he does the long-term story and the stuff that wears people down, because it's like a lot of the storylines last more than it should sometimes, or than it feels like it should I say. I think that the design of the 2-night WrestleMania was all like built in a way where you saw night one, the matches were solid, they were good, but it wasn't until we got to that like Charlotte Flair Tiffany match that you felt the weight of WrestleMania take on a toll with what we were watching in the ring. And then obviously the triple threat main event was an instant classic. But the tag match with the New Day, Jey Uso's celebration. Maybe you could say LA Knight and Jacob Fatu had a good match. It felt unusual because we didn't have any run-ins, and they did the whole LA Knight took out Tama Tonga and Solo and all that, leading to Mania to make sure there was no interference. But that never stopped Roman from getting interferences in his matches. The Bloodline was always doing something. Even if they were going to lose, the Bloodline were always doing something. So that kind of felt offbeat. So when you look at night one, it was really the starting point of the overall, like, this is Mania and we're building towards this. Then we had that Charlotte Flair Tiffany Stratton. That was like putting a rocket. And then the triple threat was like launching into the stratosphere. And then you come into night two, the vibes, the stage, everything was just laid out perfectly to have the show that we had, which was, you started off with the women's triple threat. They freaking killed it. To the point where it was definitely competing with like one of the best matches of the entire weekend. Easily. And then every match pretty much did their part, and it felt like WrestleMania all night. And then we get to the very freaking end, the closing moments of the show. You get the lackluster John Cena entrance. The John Cena entrance was, by all intent and purposes, supposed to be bland, generic, and flat and garbage. He doesn't want to cater. He doesn't care. I get it. But Cody Rhodes' entrance was also lackluster. That stupid Iron Man mask with the skull, I think, is like, makes him look like he has a big head. That skull does not look cool to me at all. Like, I like his logo, right? The tattoo. I like the emblem. And I don't have a problem with the shirts, and I have his hats. I like the logo for Cody Rhodes, and I like the skull. But those giant dorky skulls, and then it opened up like Iron Man. That was not cool at all to me at all. Like watching the show, I immediately react. I'm like, what the hell? The skull opened up like Iron Man. Like if you guys were there watching the live party, the live watch party, I was just I smiled and laughed, and I'm like, what the hell? This is like Iron Man, because it really was. It was just it was a cool feature that mask did not need. In my opinion. In my opinion. But that's not just for Cody Rhodes. The werewolf mask for Jacob Fatu I thought was like really corny. It looked really corny. It didn't look like a Hollywood. It didn't look like the mask that we saw Bray Wyatt wear. Like Bray Wyatt, he had, the real Hollywood type mask design with some real like crazy like real texture feel that like you could see it through the screen. The one that Jacob Fatu wore, it looked like a kid's mask with like some kind of like replica feature or something. I don't know. It just didn't look that cool to me personally. So I like the idea that they had those masks and those things, but a mask, like if you want to know what a good WrestleMania entrance looks like, look at all the Damian Priest had one of the best entrances. Drew McIntyre had one of the best entrances. LA Knight pulling up in the sports car, one of the best entrances. Charlotte Flair pulling up in the Rolls Royce. Tiffany Stratton, we got to mention her again, had one of the best entrances with the Barbie doll box. Those entrances, Logan Paul, like there was a lot of great entrances. John Cena, Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes, who always has like the best entrances as of late. Roman Reigns' entrance was amazing, and all that he really had was, he didn't have the bloodline by his side, like the active bloodline by his side, but he had his ancestors, especially like I'm really big on the whole family storyline stuff, and considering that his dad passed away within the last year, like having a huge giant photo of his dad behind him over his shoulder, that is like amazing, as good as it gets. The CM Punk entrance was amazing. El Grande Americano, dude, Chad Gable's entrance was off the charts. So if John Cena's entrance was going to be that bad, what happened to Cody? It was like just a somber, like, let's get this out the way kind of vibe. Let's go out there, get our asses beat, and it's a wrap. How dare you excuse... I know, Chad Gable... I know, my bad. I keep getting him mixed because of Michael Cole. Michael Cole... It's all Michael Cole's fault. I'm just like... I don't know, man. I just... Something is off. Something is off. And look, I'm going to be live streaming Monday Night Raw tonight. We're going to be live watching Raw over on the other channel. I hope you guys join me. I have it there, the link. I have the link right there set up for you guys to click on it if you want to go put the notification on. But I have the watch party scheduled already. I put John Cena with a big thumbs down on his shirt. I'm ready to see what the hell Monday Night Raw has to offer, and SmackDown as well, to see how we get to the next part of this storyline, because WrestleMania did not tie up loose ends like it usually does. WrestleMania did not tie up loose ends at all, actually. WrestleMania set up more stories. And Triple H said this in last year's press conference. He's like, we don't have an off season. The story continues. There's always the next show. We don't want to put everyone and everything onto one show and then not have, they're clearly trying to evolve the product. John Cena clearly meant to disrespect wrestling, disrespect fans, tried making you hate him as much as you possibly can. So we'll see. We'll see what it ends up being. Let me see if I can get a damn kill. I'm actually getting torched right now. I'm obviously focusing more on our conversation, but that's no excuse. I haven't gotten any kills. I'm playing so garbage. It's a damn shame that Rey Mysterio got hurt and wasn't able to participate in his match, but Rey Fénix made the best of it, and that is always cool to see. Damn, I had no weapons. Yeah, I hope Rey can recover. That match would be dope. Should have given it to Dragon Lee. I mean, Rey Fénix was like where the hype was at, though. You had to make it good. What up, Sins? You had to make it feel like epic and good, you know? I think giving it to Rey was a good call. Dragon Lee could have had the spotlight too, but the hype wouldn't have been there. You needed to give it that WrestleMania hype. Because Dragon Lee would have put on a great match too. It's not about whether the match was good or bad. They could have had a good match as well, but you know, it's about WrestleMania hype. And Rey Fénix made it feel like that WrestleMania hype. Americano versus Vikingo would be cool. Yeah, exactly. Dragon Lee has no stock right now. And plus, we saw what happened at the Battle Royale, the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. Alright, this is like my, I don't know how many attempts now. See if we can get a freaking kill here. Trying to get a good kill here, damn it. Oh shit, a bunch of people landed here. Damn, dude, how did he get a weapon already? I did watch Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver was awesome. Stand and Deliver was awesome. That Oba Femi match was really good. I didn't care about the tag match all like that because I don't care for Hank and Tank, but that was a solid match too. I mean, I was ready for Faxium to lose the belts already. Tony D'Angelo, that storyline was cool. The match that I thought I was going to get a little bit more out of in Stand and Deliver, I thought that we were going to get more out of the Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page. I thought that match was going to go on a little longer and better. Like, it wasn't a bad match. I was just like, damn, this is how we're starting the pay-per-view. Yeah, Dark. They're called Dark State? Yeah, they had a good showing. I don't know if Javon proved he can be in the main event. He was in with some good wrestlers, but Javon definitely had some awesome spots. At the end of the day, Javon's kryptonite is always going to be his character and the believability of him going up against a bigger opponent and all that. Yeah, Sol Ruka winning was dope. Oh, I love the referee in that triple threat was awesome. Now that I got a weapon, nobody's pulling up on me. Well, when they said they acquired AAA, they said that it's also going to be a partnership. So they're going to allow, like, it's like what Disney does with, like, their stuff. Like, WWE is going to be in tune with AAA, but they're still going to allow for them to run the show and run the product. Like, at least for the foreseeable future. I see some fire. And these graphics look awesome, bro. Like the colors of this game, it looks like a freaking Disney Pixar movie. I mean, I'm sure you feel like Javon was the MVP of that match because he is the one that was most flexible and athletic, you know? Yay, first kill. Finally, chat, we got a kill. After scrubbing it out for so long. Oh, 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 oh. Another kill, baby. Somebody else coming to get some? Another kill, baby. Finally got some kills with Cody Rhodes. I don't know if I should get that Sub-Zero stuff. Oh, I see somebody. Saw somebody. See if we get that other player. I don't know where he went. Triple A has 3 clowns? That's dumb. Psycho Clown? What? Murder Clown? I need to change those names. All right, let's go. Another one. Four kills this one. I'm trying to finish the story. Just picked up a little single shot. Another one. That was pretty bad. Five kills, man. Eight kills, baby. Nine kills. I gotta be careful with the sliding down the mountain. That shit doesn't allow me to aim. Oh, what? I didn't know you could get killed like that. Just by landing, I had armor and everything. Wow, that was cheap. I didn't know that you could get killed like that. I know he crashed into me, like he bumped me, but I jumped over it a little bit. He nipped me. So I was like trying to play like with a bull. Try to get him to try to run me over, jump over him, and then shoot him. I didn't know I was gonna get bumped and then fall over, and that was crazy. That was actually pretty crazy. I hope the Raw after Mania is good. So I ended up getting 9 kills, man. I'll take it. 9 kills, play 7th place. I just can't believe this guy ended up killing me. What's going on, guys? I feel there was some matches that knocked it out of the park. Others mid. Night 1, Seth versus Punk. The triple threat was good. Beck and Lyra match was good. A couple others. I thought Mania overall, like the overall weekend was good. I feel like night 2 had more matches that gave me that feeling of like WrestleMania excitement, right? Night 1 had good results, but some of the things that led to those results, I was like, so overall, I enjoyed WrestleMania weekend a lot. And I like the creatively where they're at right now. I like where they're at creatively with the decisions they made. But I would have done certain things different, especially that Cody and John Cena match. I hope that we get some more explaining. And they're trying to shift the way things are. I get it. John Cena's trying to do his own shit. I'm trying to see if this guy's gonna end up getting the win. There's 4 people left. Was surprised The Rock wasn't there. Same, man. The Travis Scott stuff is like what really should have happened overall. I don't mind him using the belt or the turnbuckle to get the win. I'm glad he got revenge on Travis Scott. Cody did, but like Travis Scott being there and The Rock not being there is like that's like the sour point in it for me. If The Rock wasn't going to be there, Travis shouldn't have been there. Because I feel like the Rock and Travis were the ones that were a little more tied together than John Cena and Travis. Like, John Cena and Travis don't feel like I don't know. Like, why is John Cena teaming up with Travis Scott? That doesn't even like make any sense to me personally. Doesn't add any value to me for me. But I will tell you that I will be live watching Raw tonight. I want to see what the hell is going to happen. I want to see Paul Heyman. I want to see John Cena. I want to see what is going on. So I'm definitely tuning into Raw after Mania. That's going to be live on the other channel. I have the link already set up there for you to click on in the chat box. You see it somewhere in the chat box pinned. Yeah, exactly. The Rock not being there and Travis Scott being there is like super strange. Yes, the guy that ran me over in the cheapest way possible ended up losing. I'm glad. I'm glad. All right, we played a couple matches with Cody. Now I got to go back to Undertaker. They better make some music. I mean, I thought he would have changed his intro already with him, but he said, "Nah, that's what you guys want. I'm not gonna do what you guys want. I'm not gonna do what you guys want." I like that they allow you to change Undertaker's eyes. You could take off his hat. You could take off the coat. Thought that was a pretty cool touch. I got what I wanted for most of the matches in Mania. Like I wanted Io Sky to win. I wanted Jey Uso to win. I wanted John Cena to win. I wanted Seth to win with Paul Heyman. I wanted, well, actually, no, I wanted Charlotte Flair to win and she didn't win, but I'm okay with that. Um, New Day and War Raiders, I didn't care enough about that match, but I like that New Day won. I wanted LA Knight to retain the belt with Solo Sikoa coming out to screw over Jacob Fatu, and we didn't get that, unfortunately. What up, Kyron? We didn't get that, unfortunately. We got Jacob Fatu winning the belt, which I was cool with that. We got Joe Hendry for Randy Orton. Thought that was cool as hell. Trying to think about what else. But yeah, I had a lot of stuff happen that I wanted. Dom Mysterio was dope as hell. Yeah, I thought Cody Rhodes would have been cool to have an edit as well. Becky Lynch returning was good. Exactly. Like, that was a lot of good shit. That's why, like, the John Cena meltdown um is not a big deal to me. Rest in peace. Yeah, her daughter was funny. Damn. Trying to see if I can get that dude up top. I gotta learn how to... I'm gonna get killed, man. I gotta learn how to put out the parachute. Well, that's not cool. Dude ran away from the fight. What up, Eric? I like Mania. It was good. I enjoyed it. How about you? How many showers? You really asked him how many showers he took? Oh, baby. About to get hot in here. It's about to get hot in here.
No, I should have changed guns. I should have changed guns. I was too close. I was too close, man.
I had one elimination. Yo, if you booked, Joe Hendry got his own card. Wow, Joe Hendry got a card for Tops. I gotta show you this. Look at Joe Hendry's card in WWE. taking the RKO from Randy Orton. What up, Clint? That is hilarious. And in the top right corner, you can see him looking into the camera. What do you guys think about that card? Well, guys, I think you fell asleep. Are you guys going to be watching Raw tonight or not? Chowderoo's not even here. Chow's been lost. Well, if you guys are watching Raw tonight, I would hope you come hang out. I'm going to put the stream link so you can put the notification on. I'll be live watching Raw tonight. I hope to see you guys there, so we can have some fun. Until then, I will see you. Thank you for tuning in to this FORTNITE WWE stream. I had some fun, got some cool kills, almost won a match. But I'm about to eat some dinner and get ready for Monday Night Raw. So I'll see y'all later. Peace.